Area in the zone, that's the Metthews, Meyiwa, Ward 7. My colleagues are moving to other schools. I must tell you that I was quite shocked at what I've seen in some of the schools, where there's things like no water, there's no funding that's coming from the department, and our children are being really disadvantaged in these public schools because the department is obviously not taking their education seriously. I was quite impressed when I went to Sikit Tukolo. Yes, a school that's got so many challenges, but they were able to achieve a 94% pass rate in spite of those challenges, no toilets and all that. However, this is something new. When I came in here, I see that your school has got the infrastructure looks quite good, but I just want to just quickly, your enrollment here, Mr. Msomi, is 998,000. And how many educators do you have?
We have 27 plus we have volunteers.
Okay.
We have about 5 volunteers.
And tell me, your 27, are they paid by the state?
Yes, the 27 is paid by the state. The 5 are paid by the SGP.
So they're not volunteers; they're getting paid.
They are volunteers because Mr. Reddy, we're giving them 1,000.
Toiletries.
Oh,
It's a stipend.
Oh, it's a stipend.
Yes.
Paying them a stipend. So 27 staff members here are paid for by the department. What's your class pupil teacher ratio?
Your
Average.
because I have a class that is having 84 at the moment.
84.
Yeah, in one class.
Whew.
So you can imagine what is
84 in one class.
Yes.
What is your pass rate last year?
It was 94.7%.
Well done, well done, well done, well done. Congratulations to you and your staff and to our learners who did so well last year under these difficult, trying circumstances.
Not only 94%.
Yeah, but
with 101 bachelors.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant. How many distinctions?
147 distinctions.
147 distinctions. Wonderful.
101 bachelors and 34 diplomas and 2 higher certificates.
Wonderful. That's excellent. Excellent. Now, before I go into the rest, so what is the quintile of the school? The quintile.
We are quintile 3.
So you are state funded.
Yes.
Quintile 3. So you're a no-fee school.
Yes, right.
So your learners, are they paying school fees?
No, they don't pay school fees, but parents make donations.
No, I'm not worried about donations. That's not compulsory. They can pay that if they want to. So it's not correct what you said, that they pay 15,000 or something.
That is for the boarding.
Oh.
That is for the boarding because the boarding belongs to the church.
Yeah, no, that's I'm
so
not
that
talking
is something
that's it
now. Yeah.
Yes.
We are no fee school, but we depended on donations.
Okay. So tell us some of your challenges, Mr. Msomi, at the school. I'll just give you a chance and you can list them out as we go along.
Mem is going to assist me as well. Now, the first one is the one that you have alluded to. Funding, allocation, school allocation. We haven't received school allocation. For our school, it's unfortunate that when the trenches were given, we didn't even get those trenches.
For how long now?
It's been 2 years now.
2 years?
Yes.
You've received no funding from the department for 2 years?
Yes. It was
Except
only last year in November where we received. It's not even a quarter. It's not even quarter of what we were expecting.
Right.
Then another one is about overcrowding. My school is overcrowded. The department did make an effort of giving me 2 classrooms that you see when you enter the school
I
gate.
saw that. Yeah.
However, say it's nothing because all the parents want to bring their journals to the school, their children to the school. And also we do have another high school here, but I don't know for what reason preference is given to this school. Then it becomes a challenge. As I was telling you, I have 84 in one class. There's a class
80.
where there are 70. Something that is not manageable for the teacher.
I can't imagine how the teachers are teaching. Tell me, in terms of your water, electricity, if you were not getting money from the department, how were you paying for security, cleaning of the school, stationery, toilet paper, things like that?
Yeah,
And
we owe, even now, we owe service providers.
before we go there, let's look at water and electricity.
Yeah, they've been here trying to what? Just trying to disconnect.
Connect
Oh,
electricity.
how much are you owing?
More than 20,000.
Yeah.
Because last time when they came in October, when the principal was not in, they came to disconnect electricity.
Is that the municipality?
Yes, we were owing about 21,000 and something, and they wanted us to pay 16,000 on the dot. And we said we don't have money, and we were running exams at that time.
And water? What is the state of water?
Great, it's a big challenge.
So what happens on days when you don't have water? Are you closing the school?
Yes.
So on average, how many days did you close the school last year? Do you know?
But we'll close the school 3 days a week. Then we find some parents who will bring water from the river just to clean the toilets. Then we ask the parents to
Come and assist.
Yes, and also the learners to
bring their own 2 liters so that they bring water.
Stationery and rhizo machines.
This morning I was speaking to Rakesh.
Yes.
They want their money for machine.
For rhizo machine.
For rhizo machine because we are on contract with that. And
we
also
are owing them more than 50,000 rand. So stationery for learners was delivered to the school. So learners are covered with the stationery.
Okay.
The stationery for teachers. Such as photocopying papers, cartridges, matona, and just those teaching resources are not adequate enough for teachers to do their utmost best. And also
the fact that we are doing e-learning now, we need more classes with smart boards, but there are no smart boards in some of the classrooms.